Celery or Apium graveolens L or Apiaceae is a native of Eurasia and is grown mainly in coastal regions. Celery is widely cultivated in the temperate zones as an important garden crop, and the bleached leaf stalks or relished is a popular vegetable. Medical uses. 1. Wild celery is an aromatic bitter tonic herb that reduces blood pressure, relieves indigestion, stimulates the uterus, and is anti-inflammatory. 2. Celery is also used as an effective remedy for various ailments such as bronchitis, liver and spleen disease, arthritic pain, and this natural holistic approach to health is becoming more and more popular nowadays. 3. The herb should not be prescribed for pregnant women. 4. Wild celery is said to be useful in cases of hysteria, promoting restfulness and sleep and diffusing through the system a mild sustaining influence. 5. An essential oil obtained from the plant has a calming effect on the central nervous system. Some of its constituents have antispasmodic, sedative, and anticonvulsant actions. 6. A homeopathic remedy is made from the herb. It is used in treating rheumatism and kidney complaints. 7. It has been shown to be of value in treating high blood pressure. 8. Celery seeds are used in India to treat bronchitis, asthma, liver, and spleen diseases. 9. The ripe seeds, herb and root are aperient, carminative, diuretic, emmenagogue, galactagogue, nervine, stimulant, and tonic. 10. Several components from celery seeds were also reported for their anticarcinogenic activity. 11. Celery seeds possess a characteristic aroma and pungent taste and are used as a condiment in the flavoring of food products. Celery seeds have been used widely in Eastern herbal traditions such as Ayurveda. Aulus Cornelius Celsus wrote that celery seeds could relieve pain in around AD 30. In 2019, a fad in celery water was reported in the USA. Celery is among a small group of foods, headed by peanuts, that appear to provoke the most severe allergic reactions. For people with celery allergy, exposure can cause potentially fatal anaphylactic shock. The allergen does not appear to be destroyed at cooking temperatures. Celery root, commonly eaten as celeriac, or put into drinks, is known to contain more allergen than the stalk. Seeds contain the highest levels of allergen content. Exercise-induced anaphylaxis may be exacerbated. An allergic reaction also may be triggered by eating foods that have been processed with machines that have previously processed celery, making avoiding such foods difficult. In contrast with peanut allergy being most prevalent in the US, celery allergy is most prevalent in Central Europe. In the European Union, foods that contain or may contain celery, even in trace amounts, must be clearly marked as such. Common name: wild celery, Ajmod, Ajwain capata. Synonyms: Apium celery, Apium decumbens, Celeraria. Physical characteristics: Apium graveolens is a biennial growing to 0.6 meter or 2 feet by 0.3 meters or 1 foot in. It is hardy to zone 6 and is not frost tender. It is in flower from January to August, and the seeds ripen from August to September. The flowers are hermaphrodite, have both male and female organs. The plant is self-fertile. It can grow in semi-shade, light woodland. Suitable for light sandy, medium, loamy, and heavy clay soils. It prefers moist soil. Suitable pH, acid, neutral and basic, alkaline soils, and can grow in saline soils. Chemical constituents: the major bioactive compounds in the celery include a class of phenolic compounds called furanocoumarins. The main linear furanocoumarins in celery include the 3 phototoxic furanocoumarins, psoralen, xanthotoxin, and bergaptan. Hazards: if the plant is infected with the fungus Sclerotinia sclerotiorum, skin contact with the sap can cause dermatitis in sensitive people. This is more likely to happen to Caucasians. Allergic responses include anaphylaxis in sensitive individuals. Cross-allergenicity between celery, cucumber, carrot, watermelon, and possibly apples. Avoid during pregnancy as emmenagogue, abortifacient, and uterine stimulant activity reported. Conclusion: Apium graveolens L. Celery is a hepazanthic herb grown as a biennial and under certain conditions, as an annual. The root is harvested in the autumn and can be used fresh or dried. The whole plant is harvested when fruiting and is usually liquidized to extract the juice. Wild celery has a long history of medicinal and food use. Apium graveolens is one of the ingredients in 8 of the 33 Indian polyherbal formulations with reputed life-protecting activity. The characteristic odor of celery essential oil is due to a series of phthalide derivatives. Vegetables and fruits are considered to be good sources of functional ingredients. Leafy vegetables, apart from being a good source of minerals, also contain antioxidant vitamins and pigments. Leafy vegetables are also known for their therapeutic value. Many studies have shown that antioxidants, present in plants at high levels, are the compounds responsible for these functionalities. Antioxidants are molecules with radical scavenging capacity are thought to exert a potential protective effect against free radical damage. These biomolecules contribute to prevention of coronary and vascular diseases and of tumor formation by inhibiting oxidative reactions. Wikipedia. Celery, Apium graveolens, is a marshland plant in the family Apiaceae that has been cultivated as a vegetable since antiquity. Celery has a long fibrous stalk tapering into leaves. Depending on location and cultivar, either its stalks, leaves are hypocotyl or eaten and used in cooking. Celery seed is also used as a spice and its extracts have been used in herbal medicine. Description. Celery leaves are pinnate to bipinnate with rhombic leaflets 3 to 6 cm, 1.2-2.4 in long and 2 to 4 cm, 0.79-1.57 in broad. The flowers are creamy white 2 to 3 m, 0.079-0.118 in diameter, and are produced in dense compound umbels. The seeds are broad ovoid to globose, 1.5-2 m, 0.059-0.079 in long and wide. Modern cultivars have been selected for solid petioles, leaf stalks. A celery stalk readily separates into strings, which are bundles of angular parenchyma cells exterior to the vascular bundles. Wild celery, Apium graveolens var. Graveolens, grows to 1 meter 3.3 feet tall. It occurs around the globe. The first cultivation is thought to have happened in the Mediterranean region, where the natural habitats were salty and wet, or marshy soils near the coast where celery grew in agropyro-remission p. Land communities. North of the Alps, wild celery is found only in the foothill zone on soils with some salt content. It prefers moist or wet, nutrient-rich, muddy soils. It cannot be found in Austria and is increasingly rare in Germany. Etymology. First attested in English in 1664, the word celery derives from the French celery, in turn from Italian celeri, the plural of celero, which comes from late Latin selenin, the Latinization of the ancient Greek, sigma lambda iota nu omicron nu, Romanized, selenin, celery. The earliest attested form of the word is the Mycenaean Greek se re no, written in linear bisyllabic script. Cultivation. The plants are raised from seed, sown either in a hotbed or in the open garden according to the season of the year, and, after 1 or 2 thinnings and transplantings, EYR, on attaining a height of 15 to 20 cm, 5.9-7.9 in, planted out in deep trenches for convenience of blanching, which is effected by earthing up to exclude light from the stems. In the past, celery was grown as a vegetable for winter and early spring. It was perceived as a cleansing tonic, welcome to counter the deficiencies of a winter diet based on salted meats without fresh vegetables. By the 19th century, the season for celery had been extended, to last from the beginning of September to late in April. North America. In North America, commercial production of celery is dominated by the cultivar called Pascal celery. Gardeners can grow a range of cultivars, many of which differ from the wild species, mainly in having stouter leaf stems. They are ranged under 2 classes, white and red. The stalks grow in tight, straight, parallel bunches, and are typically marketed fresh that way, without roots and just a little green leaf remaining. The stalks are eaten raw, or as an ingredient in salads, or as a flavoring in soups, stews, and pot roasts. Europe. In Europe, another popular variety is celeriac, also known as celery root, Apium graveolens var. Rapaceum, grown because its hypocotyl forms a large bulb, white on the inside. The bulb can be kept for months in winter and mostly serves as a main ingredient in soup. It can also be shredded and used in salads. The leaves are used as seasoning, the small, fibrous stalks find only marginal use. Asia. Leaf celery, also known as Chinese celery. Leaf celery, Chinese celery, Apium graveolens var. Seculinum, is a cultivar from East Asia that grows in marshlands. Leaf celery is most likely the oldest cultivated form of celery. Leaf celery has characteristically thin skin stalks and a stronger taste and smell compared to other cultivars. It is used as a flavoring in soups and sometimes pickled as a side dish. 15. Wild. The wild form of celery is known as smallage. It has a furrowed stalk with wedge-shaped leaves, the whole plant having a coarse, earthy taste, and a distinctive smell. The stalks are not usually eaten, except in soups or stews in French cuisine, but the leaves may be used in salad. Ads, and its seeds are those sold as a spice. With cultivation and blanching, the stalks lose their acidic qualities and assume the mild, sweetish, aromatic taste particular to celery as a salad plant. Because wild celery is rarely eaten, yet susceptible to the same diseases as more well-used cultivars, it is often removed from fields to help prevent transmission of viruses like celery mosaic virus. Harvesting and storage. Celery tissue under 400x magnification of a light microscope. Harvesting occurs when the average size of celery in a field is marketable. Due to extremely uniform crop growth, fields are harvested only once. The petioles and leaves are removed and harvested. Celery is packed by size and quality, determined by color, shape, straightness and thickness of petiole, stalk and midrib. Clarification needed, length and absence of disease, cracks, splits, insect damage and rot. During commercial harvesting, celery is packaged into cartons which contain between 36 and 48 stalks and weigh up to 27 kilograms, 60 pounds. Under optimal conditions, celery can be stored for up to 7 weeks between 0 to 2 degrees Celsius, 32 to 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Inner stalks may continue growing if kept at temperatures above 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Shelf life can be extended by packaging celery in anti-fogging, micro-perforated shrink wrap. Freshly cut petioles of celery are prone to decay, which can be prevented or reduced through the use of sharp blades during processing, gentle handling, and proper sanitation. Celery stalk may be preserved through pickling by first removing the leaves, then boiling the stalks in water before finally adding vinegar, salt, and vegetable oil. Sulfites. In the past, restaurants used to store celery in a container of water with powdered vegetable preservative, but it was found that the sulfites in the preservative caused allergic reactions in some people. In 1986, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration banned the use of sulfites on fruits and vegetables intended to be eaten raw. Uses. Celery seed, Apium graveolens, essential oil. Celery is eaten around the world as a vegetable. In North America, the crisp petiole, leaf stalk, is used. In Europe, the hypocotyl is used as a root vegetable. The leaves are strongly flavored and are used less often, either as a flavoring in soups and stews or as a dried herb. Celery, onions, and bell peppers are the holy trinity of Louisiana Creole and Cajun cuisine. Celery, onions, and carrots make up the French mirepoix, often used as a base for sauces and soups. Celery is a staple in many soups, such as chicken noodle soup. Phthalides occur naturally in celery. Celery juice reputedly has detoxifying benefits and demand for celery spiked in 2019. Leaves. Celery leaves are frequently used in cooking to add a mild spicy flavor to foods, similar to, but milder than black pepper. Celery leaves are suitable dried as a sprinkled on seasoning for use with baked, fried or roasted fish meats and as part of a blend of fresh seasonings suitable for use in soups and stews. They may also be eaten raw, mixed into a salad or as a garnish. Seeds. In temperate countries, celery is also grown for its seeds. Actually very small fruit, these seeds yield a valuable essential oil that is used in the perfume industry. The oil contains the chemical compound apiole. Celery seeds can be used as flavoring or spice, either as whole seeds or ground. Celery salt. The seeds can be ground and mixed with salt to produce celery salt. Celery salt can be made from an extract of the roots or using dried leaves. Celery salt is used as a seasoning, in cocktails, notably to enhance the flavor of Bloody Mary cocktails, on the Chicago-style hot dog, and in Old Bay seasoning. Chemistry. Pollens can be found in Apiaceae vegetables like celery, and their extracts show cytotoxic activities. Celery contains phenolic acid, which is an antioxidant. Apium and apigenin can be extracted from celery and parsley. Lunularin is a dihydrostilbenoid found in common celery. The main chemicals responsible for the aroma and taste of celery are butylphthalide and cedanolide.